Help! Help! I can't hold you! Hold on! I'm coming! I got you! Thomas, why did you not just let it go? It's only a Slate Truck! It's cheap merchandising! Oh, let's go! I'm pushing you, Thomas! Oh, stop, Yong Bao, stop! Oh! What up, guys? It's BlueTraX deck. I'm back with another Plarail review. It's been a long time. Honestly, I needed to switch things up. The Secret Railways is moving along, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna make a movie again. It might just be a mental thing of working on the same story, even though I'm making the equivalent to episodes. It just feels like you're working on the same thing longer. But it's going great. But this helps switch up the routine a little bit. I've still been collecting some new Plarail items. It's been a while since I grabbed a couple. And the most notable one that I've gotten recently has been good old Yong Bao. So we're going to review him today. This is the Plarail edition. I don't have the Trackmaster one, but I actually did get it for a relative, so I kind of could theoretically compare them. But yeah, he just came in the mail, so we're gonna do a review of Yong Bao. Maybe do a quick little test run. I don't have a whole set right now. It's a set piece where for the movie, so we'll do a little bit of track shots if we can. So Yong Bao was introduced in the Great Race. Barely, like he appeared, but he actually really shines more in, dare I say, Big World, Big Adventures. I really like his portrayal in comparison to some of the other characters that have come out of the era. Honestly, actually, this is a separate video, but the international characters are typically very well written. You can tell the character design folks really put in a lot of effort to tastefully incorporate each nation's culture into the train that they put in the show. And honestly, I don't even like Blubba, but I give them props for that. Just the detail. Like they could be just generic reskin. I mean, they've done that too, but honestly, I think Yong Bao is really cool. The way they write him in the show, he seems kind of a bit mysterious as his experience. I'd like to see them release Yong Bao before he got this dashing red coat of paint, because I would buy that. but let's go ahead and get into it. Yong Bao is from China, and he's made in Thailand because this is Plarail. But if you buy Trackmaster, you'll get the full experience of a Chinese engine. So let's go over the usual. Again, this is in the post-standardized chassis era. So Yong Bao comes with that standard chassis, and it kind of shows here. As you can see, his running board is significantly higher than usual on other trains. So you can kind of see into the motor a little bit, and an annoying thing with me is this wheel cuts off too early, because typically that's covered up, and it's not on Yong Bao. Small irk, but an irk nonetheless. That said, he runs pretty fast compared to other new Plarail ones. I don't know how they time the speed on these, but I like the faster one. That's kind of how the older ones operated. Now they have like governors on them or something. I don't know. As for the front of the engine, of course he's missing the buffers being painted in. I just Sharpie those. It's not a big deal, but it is missing, as are the front cab windows. But again, these are things that we've come to expect, and I don't want to gripe about it every single time. One thing that I do like that they're doing with the new engines that they release is they're kind of changing up what color the side rod is, or they're not afraid to do that rather. For example, Merlin's was black. Usually everybody gets that gray coupling rod, which I like for like the old characters. But for Hurricane and Yong Bao here, you can see they do a nice silver one. And I don't know, I just like that. I like the variety. That's how real trains are. No two are exactly alike, even if they're in the same class typically. So all that's great. I was gonna gripe about all this red. See how his smoke box isn't even black? But I was looking at promotional images, and there's only one that appears to color in his smoke box black, and I think it's actually just a shadow from his smoke deflector. So, as off-putting as it can be, I can see why it throws people off. It throws me off a little bit. It is accurate to the show, so we can't complain about it here. He actually gets accuracy points. Sometimes Plarail does deviate from the show, so they went all the way in. As far as the face, I like it. It's very... It looks like the show. I don't know what else to say about that one. Let's move back here if I could see anything out of place. The Slate Truck. Yeah, well, first of all, the fact that he comes with a Slate Truck is kind of funny. Because it's, I guess, their standard gauge rolling stock. And he's not the first one. Plarail Hero also comes with this. And it's something that hasn't mattered for years. The interesting take is they actually colored the wheels to match. All this is the same red. I don't know if you can tell that through the camera, but it's a lot of red. So that's an interesting color choice. I don't know if I'm supposed to make this a special van or if it's just a toy company doing toy company things. The tender, it's got a nice load of coal. And then this divot here, I don't know if that's part of the manufacturing or if it's they went to all the trouble to color his water cap. But if so, that's pretty amazing. And yeah, the rest of it's normal. It's a bogey tender. And yeah, really that's all the big observations I have for Yong Bao. They did this one really well. And it's kind of funny. It actually really has changed my perspective on the international engines because maybe it's just because we accept it over time. But when it first came out, I was like, this is dumb, And then when they brought him back for season 22 and the movie Blubba, again, that's another video. I have other opinions on it. But Yong Bao actually really shines. Some of the other characters don't get the time of day, but I like that they invested a little bit in Yong Bao, and it's probably because he's from China, and China is getting really huge in entertainment now. There's so many other... That's not fair. I'm not going to say that. Yong Bao is really cool. I don't know anything about China, so I don't know how well he represents them, but he fits into the show somehow. Very, very comfortably. Kind of like Hero. He's like a character that shouldn't fit well, but he really does. And he looks great on set, too. Adds a little bit of color, as you can see. Will I use him in a film? Probably. I don't know how I would work him in at this point. I haven't thought that far ahead. As far as I've written ahead is... it's like halfway into the CGI era. Like, basically, I rewrote the whole up to Day of the Diesels. But after that, I don't know. I think I'm going to combine all of it into, like, one arc in this show. I don't know. That's a side note. Anyways, overall rating for Yong Bao, I would give it a 8 out of 10. And points are mainly just for small details that they used to do but don't anymore. but proportionally, it fits great. He runs very smoothly. I've been getting a couple that kind of waddle, like almost a defect, but that didn't happen with Yong Bao. So let's go and give him a run around, and then we'll wrap up this video. Alright, so that's it for this review. Hope you enjoyed it and tune in next time.